If you had to pitch a mutual fund to your 3-year-old child in his language, what would you do?
Oh, I have the analogy there. It's a food court, cost-effective place where you get lots of variety of food, and you choose the khana that appeals to your diet. I love food. I'm obsessed with food. I ran a restaurant in college, as some people know. So I like to cook and I love to eat. It says that Radhika around dessert is like a conversation because I'll go to the dessert and I'll be like, I'm not going to eat you. I'm not going to eat you. There's a movie called Lawaj Karo.
Ahu, ahu, ahu.
Yeah. And he has this line, कि if you look at us, the mango people, हमें हीर रांझा और मिर्जा साहिबान नहीं बनना. We just want to achieve our love in our lifetime and live a happy life.
First page, it talks about food.
Oh God, everyone's noticing the first page.
The dal chawal to avocados to money will buy the ingredients.
Yeah. Oh yeah, actually both are food pages, man.
From slow mornings to Nigeria to University of Pennsylvania to grounding your own coffee, there is so much more in a personality than just the designation of an MD or a CEO. Join me as I welcome Radhika Gupta, who is much more than her designation. Someone who you truly believe a leader should be. There is a lot to learn from her. Join me in a conversation exclusively curated by ET Brand Equity Off the Clock. Hello and a very warm welcome, Radhika.
Thank you.
This is not like the other interview.
Very good.
This is
Something
going
new.
to be more of who Radhika is beyond the boardroom. And tell me one thing that is nowhere on the internet.
So I guess the one thing that about me that's not on the internet, because it's recent, and over the last 4 or 5 years, people recognize me everywhere, right? So they'll take selfies at airports and they'll just watch you. And I'm still struggling with how to handle that. Like I'm still processing all that.
Okay, so it gets a little awkward.
It's awkward sometimes. It's gratifying all the time. And sometimes, you know, people, you'll go to a conference and like I remember going to a conference one day and it was my son's birthday that day. So I was in a rush to get out. So when people were saying selfie, 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 I was like, you know, quick, quick, quick. And then someone has written a long post about how I behaved at that conference and it was a very complimentary post. And I'm like, but your small actions are getting scrutinized so much. And that is something I'm coming to terms with.
Edelweiss and mutual funds and money and growth story and impact. Do you see Radhika Gupta talking to herself?
Personally, yes, I do, actually. Professionally, I've never liked the corner office CEO. In fact, most people probably don't know this, but if you come to our floor, I don't have one of the corner cabins. And
Okay.
So the corner cabins are all with our CXOs. My cabin is like smack in the middle of the floor and it's not a corner cabin. It's a large cabin, but it's not a corner cabin. And I just like the energy of the floor. I had a corner cabin in one of our previous offices and it drove me nuts because I felt too cut off from people. I want to feel that energy of the floor or that lack of energy. I want to communicate that energy. I want to be able to walk out, walk the corridors, spend time on the floor, have fun. So I've actually given up the corner office and I feel very happy about it. So it's unlikely I would sit and have a conversation.
Radhika, you seem to have a relationship with food. How important is it?
If someone needs to do a podcast on food with me, because I can't answer this, I love food. I'm obsessed with food. I ran a restaurant in college, as some people know. So I like to cook and I love to eat. I can eat pizza for breakfast, lunch and dinner. That nobody on the internet knows. I love pizza that much. I can eat stuffed parathas for breakfast, lunch and dinner because you can do a lot of variety. I also love regional Indian food and I get to travel so much. So I love going to Andhra and trying the Andhra thali or eating ghee dosa in Chennai or eating the Malayu in Lucknow or eating half of the food in Calcutta or like Malai toast at Stock Exchange. So I love that. Because I grew up in the US, I have a very strong love for Mexican food. And then I grew up in Italy also, so I love Italian food. And then I have a separate appetite for dessert. So I actually believe humans should have a separate stomach for dessert.
altogether. Perfect.
And my team always says that Radhika around dessert is like a conversation, because I'll go to the dessert and I'll be like, I'm not going to eat you. I'm not going to eat you. And be like, I'll only have a little. And then suddenly, like, the shahi tukda is gone. Food is a long conversation.
I was reading through one of the interviews and I thought I'll start with Radhika and morning routine.
Yeah.
And then I came across something that says there are no early morning routines. It's me, my coffee, and my son at the balcony. And I
That's
said,
it.
perfect.
That's it. You know, I really respect the people who can get up at 6 in the morning and meditate and have all their thoughts super clear and, you know, work out. I just can't do it. Firstly, I'm not a morning person. And I think the internet has tried to convince you that to be successful in life, you need to be a morning person. I don't think you do. So for me, it is, as I said, coffee, sometimes grinding the beans, hanging out with my son. If the weather is good, then the balcony, otherwise the living space. I do enjoy the half an hour of the sari getting ready. I really enjoy that. Like, just my cupboard is like a mall, and I have lots of space there, which I've crafted. And I just enjoy the process of picking the sari and my jewelry and that whole feminine exercise. I find that a very, and usually my son is running around that area, so it's not a very peaceful time. I mean, for us, morning is like, make sure everybody gets out of the house on time without an accident.
Right. Lovely. What is that one thing that you've learned from your son?
Oh my God, my son teaches me so much stuff. But I'll tell you a recent story. We had my son's birthday party. He turned 3 years old, and we went to a play area like everybody else goes to play areas. And he had his like 15, 20 kids over. And the party was at 11, and 11:30, the electricity went out in the whole building. Okay, just went out.
Wow.
So half the stuff in the play area was not working. It was super like hot. And for the whole rest of his 3-hour birthday, there was no electricity. Even the food we had ordered could not be cooked, so they just got like basic sandwiches and cake. Now the adults are here, especially me, panicking. Arey, kaise ho gaya? Gussa aa raha hai building pe, all that. And the kids are just chilling. Like, the kids were just having a great time. And there was a magician who came at 1:30, and my mom was like, "Kaun baithega is magician ko dekhne?" Because, you know, everyone's hot and sweaty. The kids wanted to sit with the magician and they didn't want to go home. And so what you learn from kids is it doesn't matter. Yeah, just relax and have a good time. Like, kids are capable of overlooking a lot of things and just having a good time. And I'm someone who tends to get hyper and impatient and stressed, and I want things to be perfect. He's relaxed. He has a good time.
We've always heard stories of MDs and CEOs once they join the new company. There are a lot of shifts and, you know, they get their own people. How is it that you've been able to maintain the senior level leadership from then to now, and how important are people to you?
Oh, so I'm glad you brought that up. I mean, people usually don't, but there is a perception that when a CEO changes, they bring their own people, quote unquote, with them, and they get rid of. And one, I've never had my own people. Secondly, I don't believe leadership and captaincy is about assembling a team of a bunch of A+ people and making it work. It's about taking the people that you inherit, if you do inherit people, and building the best out of them. And I don't even believe there is a definition of A+ people that you are taught in business school, etc. I think leadership is about shaping people and building the best. I've had people I've worked with who the market has told me, why would you ever hire this person? They don't have name, they don't have it. And they've turned out to be fantastic. In fact, most of the hiring has been quote unquote misfit hiring, including me, myself. And sometimes I think what doesn't look like optimal paper hiring is actually great hiring, because they have hunger, they have jazba, they have a desire to prove something, to build legacy, all the things that, you know, a company like ours needs. And, you know, money management in most financial services, especially money management, is a people business, nothing but people, right? We are in the business of building trust, and trust comes from people.
If you had to undo something in your decision making earlier, what would that be?
Look, I made a lot of mistakes. I don't know if I'd want to undo anything.
Just do it better.
Actually, not even. I mean, I think a journey is that, right? It's it's rough edged and it's jagged and it's imperfect. And I think the person you end up like, I made a lot of mistakes in my early days as MF CEO, but I think a lot of the conviction that came in the middle years and now is a function of making those mistakes. So, in fact, I think you're lucky if you make mistakes early on in your journey. They're in the training ground. So I don't want to undo the mistakes.
Lovely. Why the mango millennial?
Ah.
And first page, it talks about food.
Yeah. Oh God, everyone's noticing the first page.
The dal chawal to avocados to money will buy the ingredients.
Yeah. Oh yeah, actually both are food pages, man. And it has a lot of food analogies. So I love food. Okay, firstly, I'm sick of cricketing analogies everybody uses in everything. And so it's the inner foodie in me that's got food everywhere. I didn't even realize that was connected. Although I do love the dal chawal line. It's one of my favorites. Mango Millionaire, the title is actually inspired by a movie. I don't know if people. So there was a movie, and I'm a big movie buff. There's a movie called Lavajkan with Saif Ali Khan and Deepika Padukone.
Ahu, ahu, ahu. Yeah,
Yeah,
we've all heard
and
it.
he has this line, कि if you look at us, the mango people, हमें हीर रांझा और मिर्जा साहिबान नहीं बनना. We just want to achieve our love in our lifetime and live a happy life. I think the same is true about money. Everyone doesn't want to become Buffett or Jhunjhunwala, with due respect to all these guys. But most people aspire to lead a decent money life. There are a lot of people that still come to me and say, money nuts is too complicated. Samajh nahi aata. And it drives me nuts. So if you're scared of money, like my mom, can you read this and by the end of it, not be a money genius, not pick stocks, but be able to manage your savings and investments in a basic way. That's all I want to do. The challenge is, one, to make the language easy, and second, to make the writing fun.
Totally.
So that's what we've tried to do.
If you had to pitch a mutual fund to your 3-year-old child in his language, what would you do?
Oh, I have the analogy there. So I would tell him, it's a food court. My son knows what a food court is. A food court is a nice, clean, cost-effective place where you get lots of variety of food and you choose the khana that appeals to your diet.
And park your money there.
So it's a financial food court.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, Radhika, and I won't take any more of your
Thank you.
Thank you. And this is our conversation with Radhika Gupta, who is unapologetically real and authentic. As employees, we do not really understand what our leaders go through throughout the day, who they are when they are beyond the boardroom. Thank you so much for viewing Off the Clock, and I'm hoping you will get to see many more in-depth interaction with the leaders. Stay tuned.